Hey controller benders, Lewis here. For today's video, I have a challenge that I've been honestly scared of doing for quite a while. You know, in the past I've done a lot of Ring Fit Adventure mods. We've modded Mario Kart, we've modded Breath of the Wild. Shoot, we even beat Dark Souls 3 with the Ring Fit Adventure mod. However, there's one genre I stayed away from until today for good reasons. For today's video, we ask, is it possible to play first-person shooter games with the Ring Fit Adventure controller? More specifically, can we actually play Overwatch with the Ring Fit mod? Well, there's only one way to find out, let's power squad into it. For those new to the channel and don't know what Ring Fit Adventure is, here's a quick review for the game. Pain. Ring Fit Adventure is an exercise game where you jog, squat, and flex your way through an RPG. Honestly, it's a pretty okay game and I totally recommend it for a good indoor workout. Now today's challenge is to convert this gameplay into something that works for a first-person shooter. And immediately we come into our first problem. How are we going to do this? How are we going to play Overwatch with just one joystick? See, there's one huge difference between these types of games and all the other games we modded the Ring Fit for. In the other games, we didn't have to worry about a camera. No, seriously, you can beat the entirety of Dark Souls without using your camera. Dark Souls has a camera reset button and you can navigate the entire game really easily with it. However, for a first-person shooter, we do not have the luxury of a reset camera button. So the first issue we have to tackle is figuring out the camera. But hey Lewis, what about gyro aiming? You might ask. Ring Fit Adventure has a minigame where you aim and shoot at the boxes with the ring con. It's actually pretty fun. And to that I say, y'all, gyro aiming sucks. Eggs. I think it's bad for two reasons. Reason 1, gyro aiming is only effective when you don't have to look behind you, just like in the Ring Fit Adventure minigame. Let's say in Overwatch you have to turn around to get an enemy. What are you gonna do? Realistically, you would have to turn your whole body around to aim behind you. Not only do I feel like I'm a little too thick to do this, like look at that, I might have to start streaming on Twitch, but like most of you, I don't want to hurt my neck while playing video games. This method of gyro aiming is impractical and just not fun. Here's reason 2. You could get this to work like older Nintendo Wii titles. So on the Wii, first-person shooter games had a way to turn the camera in the direction of the side of the screen the Wiimote was pointing in. What first comes to mind is Metroid Prime and Call of Duty on the Wii. This isn't the best way to play first-person shooters, but honestly it was a cool solution for the Wiimote. I could replicate this by measuring out some angles and mapping a pseudo layout for the ring con. I could also make sure whenever the ring con hits a specific parameter, it would turn the camera in the direction you're pointing. However, I think this would require a ton of math, trial and error, and possibly modding the game itself for this to work. And honestly, this is just a very long way to say that 95% of you who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. Even if a small 10% of you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would help out the channel so much. I would almost have 100k subs and it would really help me with getting sponsorships. With sponsorships, I can help fund future projects and more importantly, I can keep the mods free for everybody else. It would mean so much to me if y'all subscribe and share the video, so thank you if you do. Anyways, back to the Ring Fit mod. I eventually found an interesting solution to the first person shooter problem and it comes from a very weird place. Do y'all remember tank controls? Yep, we are reinventing tank controls to help solve the Ring Fit Adventure Overwatch problem. So let us hop right into modding this solution with some good old-fashioned controller bending. Now you're probably wondering why I'm going with tank controls, right? Well, back in my day, we didn't have 2 analog sticks to play console shooters with. I even remember back then when game journalists thought that dual analog sticks were boo-boo garbage and wouldn't last. So way back then, we used tank controls to play our 3D games. The main reason I went with tank controls is to help out the main feature of the Ring Fit Adventure mod, the running input. Since we only have one joystick to work with, I decided to dedicate that to aiming. This allowed me to convert the motion of running into moving forward in game. Very similar to tank controls, you will now always move in the direction the player is facing. It might sound weird at first, but this actually turns Overwatch into a legit workout. This is because in order to move in game, you have to constantly move in real life. One major downside to this setup is that you can't immediately walk backwards and there's no way to strafe. To do any of that, you have to swing the camera around behind you in game. The plus side of using the ring con for the camera movement is that you can use the rest of the buttons on the Joy-Con for in-game actions. Luckily for us, the triggers and the face buttons are one-to-one with the PlayStation inputs for Overwatch. Up next, I wanted to make the act of squatting really mean something, like ultimately doing something really cool in game. To use your ultimate in game, you have to squat in real life. Play of the games now requires some leg day. Also in retrospect, trying to run into a squat to do your ultimate during a match looks really dumb. No, seriously, look how goofy it is for me to squat mid-match to do my ultimate.
Once he's in. That was the worst one I've done, but it's to send a message.
So here's a quick rundown on how I designed the Ring Fit Adventure controller for Overwatch. This setup lets me play Overwatch by literally exercising. In order to move in game, you have to run in real life, and you can only run forward. To aim and shoot, you have to use the Joy-Con on the ring con. And to use your ultimate, you have to squat. So did I successfully turn Overwatch into a mini workout? Well, this is what I look like at the start of the stream. And here's what I look like after playing Overwatch with the Ring Fit mod for an hour. And y'all, it's time to show off the gameplay. Okay, first I decided to try the mod on the most fit character in the game, Zarya. And also since Q queue times in Overwatch are 6 minutes or more to play DPS, I'll be focusing mainly on tanking and healing for this video. The first thing you realize while playing Overwatch with the Ring Fit Adventure controller is, oh my god, there's so much running. This simple act of running from the spawn to the point can be tiring after a couple of games.
Okay, go first, guys. No catch up. Okay.
These Overwatch characters must be in shape and a half because oh my gosh, you're running the whole time. I thought I would be dead weight for the team with this setup, but I did way better than expected. Aiming isn't that bad with one joystick, and with the aim assist you can barely notice. Except when you fight Lucio, that's a 0-10 matchup and I could never hit this dude, he skates so hard. Even with the Ring Fit Adventure setup, I was able to get some eliminations from people, which was really rad. As long as we don't talk about my ultimate uses, other than that, the Ring Fit Adventure mod's pretty good. And hey, I owe everybody on my team a back massage for carrying me. And somehow, in some way, I was able to win a couple matches. Hey, clip it and ship it. I will say a huge downside to the Ring Fit mod is retreating from combat's really hard. It's just really hard to retreat when you can't look behind you. Also, sometimes when you work out, you're just way too tired to think. I even caught myself running laps around a payload because I was just way too tired to think. Now that we're warmed up, let's try out my favorite character, Lucio. Y'all, Lucio is the perfect character for the Ring Fit mod. Mostly because all you have to do as Lucio is just exist and you just help out the team. At this point of the stream, I was running for almost an hour, so this is a very nice change of pace. Also, mad props to console Lucio players. I do not know how y'all wall ride at all. Wall riding combined with running in real life was a mess. But overall, since you're constantly moving and grooving, I feel like Lucio is a great character for the Ring Fit mod. So if I had to review the Overwatch Ring Fit mod experience, I would give it a DPS queue time out of 10. This is a very fun controller mod and I wouldn't mind doing this more often for exercise. And the downsides to using tank controls doesn't really affect my gameplay that much. This was a very fun project to work on, and with that done, I'm off to make some more mods. See you next video, y'all. Pay your taxes and stay safe. For those who kept watching to this point of the video, thanks for watching. If you want access to this mod, make sure to follow this link to my website. This might be the last Ring Fit video I do for quite a while, but no more waiting 4 months for the next video. I've had some really big life changes, and for real now, I'll be putting videos out more consistently. I've also been toying around the idea of starting a Patreon to help fund these videos. I've been swamped with requests for these mods, and honestly, I don't make enough money off these platforms to support it. But with a Patreon, I could take way more time to do stuff like this. But now the best way to support the channel is to subscribe and share the videos. You can also catch these sessions live on my Twitch channel too. But until the next video, y'all, stay safe and pay your taxes. Peace.